Coach, obviously this Algoma team proved tonight why they're one of the conference leaders here, and a big reason why was Parker Lishka. And I mean, you still got to give hats off to Aaron Bry for what he was able to do in the first half, but Lishka was able to do what he's been doing all season long and able to find a groove there in that second half.
Yeah, I thought we did a great job in the first half playing defense. Limiting him, put a charge on him, just made him work for everything. He's put up some really tough shots. In the second half, he got going with some easy ones, especially that 1-3-1, just throwing the ball away a little bit. Like anytime you can throw down some dunks, obviously you feel a little bit better. The shots are a little bit easier to come by in the second half round. I'm still proud of how our guys played.
Yeah, and you mentioned that 1-3-1 zone. You know, especially in that second half, you can definitely tell. You mentioned it, some balls kind of get thrown aside and stuff in setting up those fast breaks. You know, what's kind of your strategy when it comes to that? Because that's a really kind of a hectic defense to play, especially if you're not used to playing it.
It is, and by this point, we're used to playing it. Every team plays it differently, but just this year and last year, we've seen a lot of it. A lot of teams in our conference and when we get on the non-conference. We've seen it, we're ready. The thing you can't always simulate in practice is how they play it and the guys that they have. We don't have a Parker Lishka on our team to play against our first team. No offense to our second team, but they play at a different speed than how we're playing in practice. I still think that we did a fairly good job when we weren't throwing the ball away. We did a good job getting the ball inside. We got a lot of buckets down low, but just not consistent enough. And our bigger issue was defensively. How many offensive rebounds did we give up? We didn't close out possessions. When we had stops, we couldn't close it out with the ball. That was very frustrating.
White Bolton had a good game underneath, but in that second half, Aaron Bry, who, a lot of times when you get tasked with that tough defensive assignment, the offense usually gets kind of put to the wayside, but Aaron Bry late in that second half hits those 4 3-pointers. We talked about his defense a little bit. What can you say about his offense? Because that was definitely a spark that we needed in that second half.
Yeah, he gave us everything that he had. He's been our defensive guy, and usually, this whole season he's taken a backseat offensively. He can still go out and get some buckets, but it was nice to see him, step into some shots, really shooting it with confidence there. I think part of it is just, the desperation and him recognizing that something needed to be done, only to go in the bucket, he was the guy to do it.
And finally, what are you looking forward to this next week of practice between now and when we see you next year on the GOAT when you guys battle Kewanee?
Yeah, we're going to get ready for a really good Kewanee team. It's going to be tough. They're playing really well. I haven't been able to sit down and watch them, but I'm very interested. Obviously, a very good team. We're going to prepare and try to do all the things that we can to compete with them. We're just looking forward to it.
Head coach Travis Ward joining us on the Post-Game Show. Like I said, we'll see you next Friday in Kewanee. But good luck in between now and then.
Sounds good. Thanks, Tim.
Head coach Travis Ward.